All right, take it away.
This is the Malcolm, or
Hello,
this is
hello,
the
hello, everyone.
Aaron, and this is the beautiful Aaron and beautiful Alex show this morning on a Sunday.
Yes,
Awesome.
yes, yes. November the
Awesome.
12th, and we're here today to chat about family dynamics, family, friends, and work dynamics and
Oh yeah, what
relationships.
loaded, right? And the importance of them.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I
Yeah.
guess to me, it all boils down to respect, like whether if it's your kids, your dog, or or anything else, really. Like it's just respecting each other and wanting the best for each other, right?
Hmm.
Um, you know, I know a friend of mine's grandkid could be a little bit wily sometimes, and it's sometimes it's got to be a respect where it's like people sometimes define discipline as abuse, but really, non-discipline is kind of an abuse too, to let something go by that someone's doing that could potentially hurt themselves, really, at the end of the
Hmm.
day.
Hmm.
So we need to sometimes speak up and say something, say, hey, this isn't cool.
Exactly. And that goes for your own homes, right? Of course, but also like your
Oh,
workplaces, on and on and on. It's just kind of goes part and parcel. And
yeah.
yeah, I
But
do
the
know
things, how
that
do you
like,
do it? How do you do it without being the bad person? Actually,
well, I
almost
don't
can't
know,
do it
Alex,
because
that is a
it's
loaded
society.
question because I've been name called many times in my journey. I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, I'm a friend, corporate business owner, all these kinds of things. I've been kind of called names, all different things or whatever, what have you. And what I
Mm-hmm,
do know
mm-hmm.
about families and business and everything else, just don't call people late for dinner. Make sure you got the coffee. So there does seem to be a lot of you know I would say like problematic situations in different people under different people's roofs. That's as we're merging together and living together
Yeah,
and
but
building
I
lives together. You
no, no, for
definitely
sure.
have
But
to hold
I think
the
that
rope on who's really operating the things and how things are really going on in one's life.
no, for sure, to a degree, to a big degree. But the thing is, I guess I kind of call it like the UN in relationships. And what I mean by that is kind of like the UN supposed to be known to be like, or not known to be, but expected to be, or expected to have like a sense of fair play, a sense of common sense. You know what I mean? And so
Mhm.
that's what's missing in a lot of relationship dynamics, in my opinion, is that there's not enough sense of fair play and enough sense of common sense, enough sense of like um, care. You know what I mean? Like it seems like
Yeah.
everyone's kind of twisted in terms of their selfishness or their own agenda or their own, instead of like just saying, hey, I go fuck with this person and their well-being, and 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 acting out um
Definitely, you could
or
call
even
that
when they do
sometimes
act
like
out,
a
like
lack of love.
no, but here's where those, for example, though, even in trying to look out for someone, they might see it as an act of aggression because people don't like being checked or don't like being told what to do.
Of
You know
course
what I
not.
mean? It's
But there's always
yeah,
like
and,
there's
and
always a
so
boss. There's always a boss everywhere. You are your own boss. But in different
no, no,
stages of our
well,
life, we
well,
do have to listen
yeah,
to why someone
well,
is
no, yeah,
sharing their opinions with
well,
us,
no, not
because people that
yeah,
like us and love us want us to be molded into the best version of ourselves. So even me myself
yeah.
at 46, I don't mind constructive criticism, but with respect,
Okay,
right?
okay,
With
okay.
respect.
What you said right there? No, what you said right there is more so what it's about than boss.
Yeah.
Okay, what you said right there, because people who like and respect each other look out for each other.
Yeah.
Not what I mean. It's not like
Yeah.
yeah, because even bosses sometimes need to be looked out for. You know what I
Well,
mean? Like
exactly. Well,
and
that
so
that honestly,
it's not
like that
yeah,
is
and so
because like the
it's not like a reg
reality
thing.
is, yeah,
Yeah,
but
because
the
it doesn't happen.
reality is that
It doesn't happen often. But even I've been called out on some shit. You know what I mean? And so where I said, yeah, you know what? That's right. I this is the way it should be, or this is yes, I did
well,
say that.
that is like
Not
confirmation of
often,
having
not often, but it has happened.
No, but that is confirmation of having people looking out for you, looking out for your best
Exactly,
interest.
exactly.
And so, like, I hate sometimes the,
But
annual meetings.
wait though. But same time though, the thing is being a big enough person or fair, you know what I mean? Because
To listen to it,
just
and
yeah,
take what you want from it,
just recently, I mean, and I'll use an example. A friend of mine, um, his son's girlfriend accidentally went in and had some of his weed cookies, and
Mm-hmm.
there wasn't labeled or anything like that. It probably should have been. But then he's thinking, well, maybe they should have asked. But then on the flip side, he was the one that kind of said, "Hey, you keep whatever I have in this house is yours. Like, help yourself to anything." So, you know what I mean. So he can't be a hypocrite that way too either. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, end of the day, he probably should have labeled the thing. But
Well, what I can say is that if you ever get weed cookies from my bakery, they're 100% labeled. But that is definitely, because like it's same thing always in my homes and my house and my different times. Our family or whoever's coming on in is definitely welcome to anything. And I had an experience very similar because when I was in Portage la Prairie, I had some people that I didn't even know were in my home. Okay, I didn't even know they were in my home in my fridge, and they were enjoying some of my treats off somewhere else. And so, yeah, it's nice to be able to rejoice and have people accessing whatever's mine is yours, but there is this like level of like some things, because if you don't have something labeled, like you got to be careful, if you
yeah,
got,
yeah, yeah.
especially if you got kids, especially if you got, but these I heard, because this is a common friend, are adult children, so no problem.
No, 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 for sure. But still, you know what I
And
mean?
everyone's okay.
No, no, but for sure, yes, yes, it is adult children. You're right. But that being said, though, um, you know, it's like alcohol is clearly labeled, and I guess some people don't want it in their body, so you have to almost respect that, um, that type of
Well,
thing.
yeah,
But
because
I guess, but in the end of the day, it just does come down to respect, and also, um, yeah. But it all works out, anyways, from what I understand.
always something. And, I've had many calls this week, actually from Manitoba, which I'm always happy to hear. My peeps from Manitoba are doing well. Had some positive feedback about some of the things that I got going on, and even though I'm farther away. And so, always happy about, my listening about where I'm from.
100%, 100%.
Manitoba is a big part of me. Actually, I had one of the, I would think, I guess you call a elder, someone elder, like traditional medicine man elder, call me this week. And he
Hmm.
said, I just want you to know that you're a well-respected woman in Manitoba.
Oh, nice.
And at the same time of what was going on in some of the other aspects of my life, when I decided to answer that phone call, because I wondered if I should, because a lot of times it's just real tragedy that really is really hard for me to hear. you know, there's nothing I can do about some of the things. But this time I answered, and it was something like, I just want to let you know you're respected and all these kinds of things. So clearly my resume is circulating in the right these days.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. So, that's the thing, right? So, I mean, in your own, I think a lot of people around, I know people me, myself, I struggle thinking that I'm alone and being by myself. But those are like my choices too. I am happy about those things also, but I can see that there's a lot of people suffering like with loneliness, even if they have like a lot of people around them. So, this is honestly the holiday season. This is where people should be making plans and rejoicing in each other, gathering around food, celebrating big and small successes. It's how it
Hmm.
will like
Hmm.
fuel your fire. And when we are in this country,
Well,
this is
I mean, to me, that's something I think people should be doing all
every
the
day.
time.
We should be
Yeah,
doing that
personally,
every
but
single day from the moment you wake up until, but because of the way that we're living like in an oppressive, suppressive type system right now, with not like a lack of dinero, not as much money as maybe we wish to have or would have had or should have had. So we just
hmm.
have got to keep on working together and hope that good, honest people come in your realm so you can, you know, everyone get to their merry way. You know, everyone that's a partner of mine is hustling in big ways. So I'm happy with that. And you know, there's nothing wrong with success. There's nothing wrong with success.
or nothing wrong with wanting to succeed or to try and wanting that for those around you as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So one of the things that I know that I appreciate, because like, you know, of course, by paperwork, I have big family. I have my parents still living. I have a nephew, I have a brother, I have, you know, a daughter, I have a grandson, I have a daughter-in-law. I have like big family, lots of cousins, lots of, you know, and new people in my life. So one of the things that I always am like super grateful for is my friends, because it's my friends that one time were strangers to me before, and by the grace we met and we continue to be friends and do things together and build a purposeful life. You know, so I'm always really grateful for anyone that crossed my path, that we actually became, because usually most people become my friend first and then whatever else it is after that, right? And I
Well,
think, you know, most people in business
well,
and networking and those things really appreciate, you know, good, solid friendships. So,
well,
you know, our
again,
friends are really need to be, you know, valued.
yeah, and again, I think that there's a certain commonality that's required or not required, but that helps that relationship along the way.
Mhm.
But also a respect, right? Just um, yeah, it's just a big thing that's missing in the world in a big way. Like people are so busy disrespecting each other that
Yeah, and plugged into whatever they're kind of listening to. We've kind of like, a lot of people have kind of I like me, I like human connection. Okay. I like that. I like human connection. I like
mm,
hugging. I like loving. I love being loved. I love loving. Okay. So of course, if I think that's like we're born that way. We like that. We like that. I like the sense of touch,
mm,
kissing, and all this kind of stuff. It makes me like feel really awesome, and a whole bunch of other things. Okay. So I think that most people enjoy the like love, right? The caring of
mm,
whatever it is. And so during the time in the last little bit, last several years actually, where we were like really disconnected, you know, around human connection, people are, you know, still finding their way in what that looks like, you know. So
mhm.
I always encourage people to share food with each other, right? First of
No,
all.
for sure. No, for sure.
And you know, and you know, I did hear that one of my lifelong friends, honestly, I would call him a lifelong friend of mine. I've known him since before I even remember have a memory.
Hmm.
Passed away this week, and when when I get to thinking about just how special everyone's time is with each other, it is like so special. You don't really know when you know, we all have an expiry date, so it's nice to definitely, you know, even though I don't really think of myself as getting older, I see people far and fewer between, you know?
Hmm. Hmm.
So it's always nice to be able to rejoice. And I've been hearing lots of, you know, stories about all his days. Like he was really like one of these kind of real heroes. His name was John Hewitt. He was like a real hero, you know, nice guy. Take your shirt off the back, same as like what you are, and you know, and he was very similar to what my son was, and he's like a guy that would he still calls me on Mother's Day, okay? So no disrespect, again,
Hmm.
no
No
disrespect to
respect.
anybody. No,
That's
but no
respect.
disrespect to anybody else. But I mean, he's a friend of mine that reaches out to his pal Erin Miller on Mother's Day and checks in with her because he knows it might not be such an easy day for me,
Hmm.
or it was a good day, or checking in, and so you know, that's what kind of person that's the love, right? And last time we talked, he thought that there was like a real lack of love in the world, and I agreed with them. I totally agreed. I thought there was a fair amount of lack of love, but we also agreed that there was a fair amount of love,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? So
No, no, 100%.
mhm,
But I guess again, it all just goes back to respecting and you don't really have to love, because some people, again, depending, because people are different, right? I'm a love
yeah,
at first sight type of thing because to me, if something's done nothing for me to not love or trust it, why would be anything else unless, you know, I see food, oh, it smells good, I love it. You know what I mean? Like, just same thing with people, like, smell them, but depending on the conversations or personality or
Oh no,
their
you smell them.
demeanor. Oh, in
And
some cases, for
and
sure.
and plus we
In
have
some cases,
pheromones that are just running right through us.
for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure.
So those
I
are
don't care
like
if
those
I
are
don't
all the
care. I don't
senses,
care if
right? So
I don't care if I can smell them, but they can smell me because I love the scents.
yeah,
No,
so
no
like this,
disres
those
no
are
disrespect.
no, but that is the thing, right? Is that those are our senses. Those are our normal senses that you just spoke about some of them, food, the love of
Mm,
food, the taste of food, the smell, the,
mm,
the and so those are the things that you can see beauty in absolutely everything. You just got
mhm.
to look the right direction, you just got to look the
No,
right
for
way.
sure.
And so for people that are hanging their head down low, and I understand that. I understand that. Just take a look up every once in a while. Know that
Mhm,
there's so much more out there than what is, happening right at this particular moment. If you gotta, I'm often telling my own family and my partners and everybody else, forgive often, dance more, find some peace. Don't go to bed mad at each other. Wake up, be happy.
Oh, no, for sure.
Keeping it simple. And there is something to be said about having support in whatever ventures you are doing. I do believe the level of success is the people that you are surrounded around silently
A thousand
or
percent,
actively.
thousand
Like,
percent.
I mean, I'm a silent partner in a lot of things, and I'm a more forefront runner in some of the things.
Yeah.
So, I know for myself, if somebody's supporting me and saying, just let me know if there's anything you need today to make your day easier or better, and on the days that I know I'm making meals for people that are hungry, that my family, making sure clothes are clean and stuff like that. Those are all levels of support. So when you're merging and building a community, whether it's your family, dorm room, rehabilitation center, whatever it is, right? Everything starts at your own kitchen table. So having
Hmm.
a sense of understanding and purpose at your own kitchen table is really, really awesome. And celebrating the success of that, right?
No, for sure. For
Mm-hmm,
sure.
mm-hmm. And we live over here where we think that we're really hard done by. But like this morning, I was speaking to one of my colleagues, and they were talking about some of the children. Well, these aren't children, but anyways, with head lice, etc. And they asked me my opinion about some of these things, and I was like, seriously, like because Sunday and we're Christian people. Well, I was baptized when I was a baby, and I often heard this preacher or different people talking about salvation and the offering of salvation. And so I reminded the family here that I'm with today. Today we are very blessed. I was able to have a water. I had coffee. I had a bath and with warm water. I went to the bathroom and I had salvation of flushing the toilet. I was able to wash myself. So, yeah, I'm a lot cleaner than maybe the people that we're looking after that are living on the street, which don't have what I would say salvation, right? Because so I was like, the offering of salvation is a beautiful blessing for sure, as people are like, we all have a different level of struggling,
Hmm. Hmm. Amen.
but I mean, me myself, I know that I have been blessed with being number one, born in this country,
Hmm.
being able to go to school, being able to read and write, being able to connect with people. And I'm still a young woman, and I feel like I'm connecting with some pretty like high fluent people. So I'm like more rookie now. I'm like more of like of a rookie of the next stage of my, because I've ever done some other things that I
Hey,
was good at before.
hey, there's nothing wrong in life at being a rookie at anything because we're all rookies, and so that means you're learning, and that's what life should be about, is learning.
Mhm,
Life is learning, learning is life, and
mhm,
so if you're always
mhm.
learning, you should always be a rookie at something.
Yeah,
So
I know.
good for you.
But hey, but as some people know, I have multiple platforms going on. I'm actually getting quite good at some of them. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, here's where I mean, sometimes you get opportunities. That you could be versed in some areas, but you could be growing because you're growing. You're a rookie at something new, right? Or
Yeah,
something,
I didn't
whatever else
even
that.
really realize that, I didn't actually really realize, really like every day I'm wondering why am I still here? What am I being trained to do along my way, because I have a background in healthcare. And like, why am I being trained for all these things? And now I just realized I'm just, going off to be happy.
And really,
I've
right?
always
And
been happy, but there's a fair share of sorrow when you are a caregiver, or whatever that is, a friend even, you know. So I mean, I just encourage people to chime in whenever
yeah,
they can and want,
but then
because there's lots going on.
yeah, but then for caregivers, there's going to be a certain level of happiness and caregiving, right? That's why they do what they do. So,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
even though you're
But
right,
when it gets
this
to be like too much, you know, it gets to be too
well then
much.
that's when you stop, giving care. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
because I get that, because I mean, as much as I care about people, I personally can never be a caregiver because, you know, it's one of these jobs that is essential, but at the same time, it's also, like you said, it's sad because people, not everyone you care for lives or does well. There's some suffering in that
yeah, yeah.
arena,
Well, I
and
guess it depends like where you're working in the, you know, if you're working in a system or whatever. But this over here right now, this is an
Mhm,
absolute nightmare, a disaster. Like either, you know, so I was speaking to even my father. I'm like, well, either people want to be taken off these wait lists and put onto surgery lists,
mhm,
which I can do, right? Or
mhm.
they don't. And he agreed. He's like, yeah, I don't like whatever. I'm like, okay, well, the last little bit, I'm like thinking the more I'm thinking of selling coconuts on a beach for, you know, the fair market value of about $7 or $8 USD per coconut, thinking,
Mhm.
you know, might not be a bad idea. Along with everything else that's in the lineup, you know.
No, for sure. No, for sure.
Yeah, so you know, I think the best thing is that to remember that you know, real friends, real people, um, they're kind of hard and few to come by. And so if you do have people in your life that are important, make sure they know about it. Make sure they know
Oh,
about it.
and yeah, and yeah, and also, not only make sure they know about it, but also, respect that relationship, respect that friendship, respect that
Mm-hmm.
that union, I guess, because um, I think all too often people feel entitled or feel like they're owed or feel like they own people, and that's when problems begin,
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
and as they should, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, like I said, like I
uh,
often tell people, there's 7.5 billion to 8 billion people in the world. You know,
mhm.
if you know, if you're not happy, at least be happy with yourself, and you know,
Mhm.
and move along, move along, right?
Oh,
Because
well,
you know, and
I think as Ellen would always say, be kind to each other.
being well, you know, the thing is that I don't know, like hate really hasn't gotten anywhere really in the world. It's what made us be not really like each other. But like I always tell people, before you really start like actually not liking each other, because at one time like
Hmm.
you must have liked each other enough to do whatever it was, you know. So
No, no, for sure.
and that's like marriage, what relationship, whatever
Yeah,
it is, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
you
yeah.
should likely, and you know, now that like, you know, people like us are adults, you should likely go your parting ways before you don't even, you're not friends anymore, you know. And so, you know, and it's okay that people grow apart and these sorts of things, you know, but it is a lot to consider, you know, and there's a lot to work on when you have a family built, or your, you know, your life is built around whatever that unity was at one time. So it's worth, if it's worthwhile, like you know, fighting for or working towards, then do it. But you have to put an effort in, and you know, you need willing participants in that. So
Where it comes on respect, if there's that respect there, you figure
mm-hmm,
it out, right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And you know, I mean, like not everyone is happy with the same things or what they, you know,
No, for
like some
sure,
people,
for
you know.
sure.
So I mean, so
But
find your
again,
tribe.
that's what happens though, right? Is that people can't accept or don't accept that. You want to go eat at Wendy's, I want to go to McDonald's. No, fuck you, you're coming to McDonald's now. You know what I mean? No, just chill out, and yeah, we'll see you when I see you. Have fun at McDonald's.
Well, and remember that there's always like a level of, I guess you would call that like, if some people could call it sacrifice, you know, if
No,
something
for
might not,
sure,
you
for
know, like I
sure.
mean, I know like when I'm with other people, you know, I don't find it a sacrifice, but definitely there's different things that are going on than if it
Mm,
was just by myself.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
those don't end, those are blessings to me, but it's how you're
Hmm.
merging into whatever, right? So I think it's like keeping things light. We have enough stress outside of
Yeah,
our own homes. Like what I would
yeah.
say is like
But
the garden, like the garden is always open. The garden's always
but
open. So
but
just,
then again,
be kind and
that sacrifice should be unconditional, right? Because if it's conditional, then it's not really sacrifice, is it?
no, like, well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
So like, I mean, there's I think at the altar they call for better or worse through sickness and health, right? Right?
Yeah, and yeah, all too often the or worst part is forgotten.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and the thing is that I mean, well, I've been divorced a couple of times. I've been at, I've been
I rest my
divorced a
case.
couple of times.
I rest my case.
I've been asked if I wanted to get married a couple more times, And the thing is that I've always been happy in the last, many, many years now that we did separate. It was better. It was better for every it was absolutely better for everybody. It was absolutely better for everybody, including me.
Well, no, for sure. And I mean, again, I guess it takes a certain type of if, and
But at
that's
the
probably
time,
all for the
but at
best
the
of so
time,
something.
it
If something's
at the
that
time
toxic,
likely wasn't, yeah.
yeah, if
Well, at the
something's that
time it was
toxic,
like not easy, what I want to say, at the time it wasn't easy, right? Because financially, the children's feelings, your
yeah,
whole friend
yeah,
group changes, people take sides, all
yeah,
this crap that is just like, and that
yeah,
wasn't really what we were about at all, but yet it didn't really matter. So for me now, my daughter's 25 years old, I'm happy to see the father of my daughter at, things that maybe she might be inviting him at the same time as me. And so, that's a beautiful blessing, right? But I mean, whether those
hmm.
people are part of your everyday life, no, but at one time they certainly were. And
Yeah,
so,
yeah. So
yeah, so
is there respect there still? Is there like okay,
I would think so. I would think so because, we gather at celebrations of our celebration, him and I, our daughter, right? So, I mean, she
mhm.
graduates and we both join there, but are we like everyday friends? No, because we don't even live in the same places. We don't even cross paths. I have my own things going on, my own.
No, you can't. Well, you can't say that though. You can't say that though because there are people that are friends that don't live in the same place or in the same province or the same state
No, no,
or the
no,
same
but I mean,
country,
like
even for that matter.
I have my own relations, right? I have my own relations. I've been with different men since we've been divorced many, many years ago. I
Oh,
believe it
you
to be
ho.
true that
No, I'm just
pardon?
kidding.
Pardon?
I'm just kidding.
What did
I'm
you
trying to
say?
be funny. Go on.
What did you say?
So, oh, you ho.
Oh goodness. Well, I'm just saying that I mean, I wish the people very, very well in whatever they're doing, right? I mean, I hope that it's years to come that I continue to see people every on occasion, on occasion. Never mind
No, for
talking
sure.
about her father. What about even my daughter? I'm trying to get a hold of her and see her for a little bit. It's hard to get your hands on people sometimes. No, actually, you know what? Honestly, I have to say that there was, in my professional business career, as I was climbing that ladder, I did get to meet a lot of very, very interesting people, men and women alike. But I mean, I was in a men's, definitely in a men's, field, and I think I did gain a lot of respect in those kinds of ways because I wasn't sleeping with anybody. I was actually declining every offer that was ever received my way because I wasn't interested. I was interested in building my career. I was interested in making it to the tables properly. And so I think I
Good
did
for you.
gain some
Good for
respect
you.
in those
Good
kinds
for
of ways,
you.
you know. But when I say I have
Good for you.
relations, I mean, but there was multiple times. I mean, I got my name on the door. I already got my first and last name on the door. And there is, I guess you would call that like flirting, workplace flirting, and these kinds of things. Like don't get me wrong, we all have fun together. We all have different, like, but I mean, I think that likely I
Mm-hmm.
probably did gain some respect from my fellow colleagues because I didn't play into that game because I was always
Mm-hmm.
working,
Mm-hmm.
so they say. Until I was not, until
No,
at
for
different
no.
times, so
Yeah, yeah,
do
yeah,
encourage, I do
and for
encourage the
sure.
people
Like,
that
I
are in the
mean,
work
and here's where
to,
like flirting.
it's
It's
because it is
it's
difficult.
funny.
It
Like
is
I
difficult
got
because we have people that
yeah.
uh, will ask you to do things. Okay. This is not, can you hear
Mm-hmm.
me? So this is not
Yeah, yeah.
foreign. This is not, and I'm sure this has happened to you, Alex, and, where someone has asked you to do something and you know that it will advance your way to something else if you kind of go out for whatever, and because me, myself,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm single, I can do whatever I want. And my choice was to not do those kinds of things because I wasn't interested, but I was interested in like having fun, right? But I could very easily be writing down workplace harassment and all this kind of crap, like the same things that everybody else was having, kind of problems with, because in that
Yeah, yeah.
workplace, we have to respect. No, we have to respect when someone leaves
Well,
their
yeah,
house
it
and
all
goes
comes
out to
back
a
to
workplace,
respect.
that you've
Yeah,
got to respect that
yeah.
what's going on in that workplace and what they have going on at home. So, respect in all
Yeah.
aspects right across the board. And the workplace ones that I can attest to, just go to work and do your job
Well,
and
well,
have
well, well,
fun
well,
and
well, here's where it's tough though, still, because again, just like anywhere else, people form relationships, and sometimes those relationship boundaries get perceived boundaries or real boundaries or whatever it is get crossed, and so it's kind of like you can read the room, but the room could change on you. You know what I mean? And so it's like,
so
uh,
just like
and so it's
be
kind of a
aware and
yeah, so it's kind of like a tough yeah, it's a tough line that way, but anyways, no, that being said, awesome session, Erin, and on and I think if any takeaways, end of the day, it's be kind to each other.
yeah.
All
And
right.
enjoy it when you are blessed to be in the presence of somebody, even if it's for a short time. Pay attention to them right in front of them, because like our screen time honestly will be there anytime. And I know that we're all like on our phones and whatever because we're doing what have you, but even if you just like take a short time for real time, uh it will go a long ways to your healing, your human comfort, getting to reconnect with people. It's
Well,
not a bad idea.
well, personally, if somebody's helping making me money, no, you could ignore me all you want, just if
Oh yeah, for
just
sure.
keep making
Yeah.
money.
Well, I mean, like, I just know that for myself, even when I am trying to make money, I see that people are absorbed on something else that's making them maybe more. So just keep on going, everyone. Just keep on going.
Yeah,
There's definitely
then
a
again,
spot for
yeah,
the digital world. And I'm sure, and
yeah.
like I told my family and a lot of my
There's
friends, I'm really excited about the platforms that I have going up because a lot of people will get to catch me on some of the different things I have going on. And so I've definitely enjoyed my time creating and co-creating a lot of things with some of my, people in my life today. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. Till next
awesome.
time. All right, and have a happy Sunday, and we will chat with you later.
Yeah. Happy Sunday, guys.
All right, we'll see you.